Hi everyone, hope you're well, and I would like to say welcome to my channel. What I quickly want to talk about is the Epping protest that was in the Essex town. What I want to say about it is that you have this, I think it was called the Bell Hotel, that was located in Essex, that was by the school. I actually heard someone say that there were two hotels that were very close to schools. And the thing is, okay, is that these men that have been put into these hotels, because I heard that one of them had been here only 8 days and was trying to kiss a girl, and I'm thinking to myself, like I don't get, like, look, these migrants shouldn't be in any hotel, whether they're near a school or not. So it's not the fact that it's near a school, because that is a big problem, but the fact that they're here anyway, they shouldn't be here at all, right? Is the worry, is that they shouldn't even be here, full stop. But the fact that they are being put near schools, and there are kids coming out and they're approaching kids, right, and trying to kiss them, is just, you're asking for trouble. Surely you should know that. Apparently I heard a lady say there was two hotels near the schools down in Essex. Two hotels, not just the one. Now the thing is, okay, these hotels, right, shouldn't, it's bad enough that whether they're near a school or not, and it's bad enough that they're here anyway, and causing all this trouble, in our country. Then you've got the protests, then you've got the agitators who come in, who try to, so if there is a protest going on, the agitators then come in and they try to cause trouble, right? And they're not even from the area. They'll come from somewhere else and then they'll start trouble, okay? Did you see those people getting into the police van right at the end? Right, if they were locals, they wouldn't be getting into the police van. In the video that I saw, they were walking into the van saying, "Let's get on the bus." Right? It's a police van. It wasn't even a bus. And the guy was saying, if these are locals, why are they getting into the police van? Like, who got these people to come down? Do you know what I'm saying? Because these people, where are they coming from? They're there deliberately to cause trouble, right? To get them all fired up, and then it just starts a big fight, and then they have a reason then to go and arrest you. So the police then have a reason to arrest you, because these agitators come down and deliberately want to start, right? And this happens a lot in many protests. It isn't just that one. It happens in a lot of protests, okay, where they get agitators down to start trouble so that the police can then start arresting people, right? So then they have a reason, right, to arrest you. Because if there is a peaceful protest, right, and people are just trying to tell people what's going on, get the message out there, they want to find out what's going on, and they are concerned for their town, right? And they're just being peaceful, then all of a sudden these people come, these agitators, and then they just start, right? They are a lot in many protests, and they just do it deliberately, because they want to start, something in order to get people worked up. It's absolutely wrong, because if people aren't doing anything wrong, we know that the police are not to be trusted. We know that, right? We know that we cannot trust the police. Maybe once upon a time, years and years and years back, we could at one point, but we know now that they cannot be trusted. You cannot trust the police, So if these people are involved with the police or paid or whatever to come and agitate people, right? Or whoever's calling them, okay? Because I found it weird how they were getting into the police van. They didn't have police outfits on. It was just normal clothes. And they were just walking into police vans. Do you know what I'm saying? And just found that very strange. But anyhow, you know, lots of things are strange nowadays. You know, nothing is normal really anymore. We can't call anything normal. Once upon a time, we could call it normal. Now we literally cannot call anything normal anymore because nothing feels normal. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of so much going on, everything just doesn't feel normal. You know, there's always a protest and always something going on because, you know, because there is so much going on in our country that we're having to deal with, you know. So the illegal immigration is one of them, you know, and we're having to deal with these men, right, trying to rape women, girls, that you know, and nothing's been done. It's literally been brushed under the carpet, you know. Like, I heard someone talk to Sadiq Khan once and mention the grooming gangs, and he was like acting as if he didn't even know who the grooming gangs were. He looked like all shocked, as if, what? As if he hadn't even heard of them. Like, how can you lie? How can these people lie to our faces and make it, you know, as if we're so stupid? As if us people are, you know, as if we don't know what's going on, as if they think that we are so, like, dumb, honestly. You know, that's how they behave. And it just makes me so angry because I feel like, you know, we've got our eyes open. We know exactly what's going on. So don't try and pretend. Don't try and pretend now. We know what's going on. We know what's going on out there. You know, so stop trying to brush it off as if nothing's happening, as if grooming gangs don't exist, and as if these illegal immigration aren't doing, you know, what they're doing to these young girls, right? Don't pretend it's not happening. We know it's happening. We know exactly what's going on, you know? And this is the problem, is that they you know, everything just, you know, is just getting swept under the carpet as if, you know, it's no big deal. It's like no big deal, you know. And it is a very big deal, you know. And people know, obviously, that they're coming in and there's got to be an agenda to all this. You know, as if we can't figure it out. We have figured it out. We know that there is agenda to everything they do, more or less. We know there's always an agenda to everything they do, more or less, you know. They don't tell us what the agenda is, but we know there's an agenda going on, of course, you know. Because why do these men need to be here? There is no reason for it, is there? There is no reason for them to be here, you know. They don't have wives and children with them. They're all just young, fighting age men, you know, and trying to attack our young women and girls on the streets. You know, it's wrong. That's why there's an uproar in this country. There was constant uproar in this country because we're having to deal with this constantly, you know, and people are just now fuming. You know, they just don't want this anymore. We want them sent back. We want them gone. We want them out of here. You know, we're happy just to put them on those boats and send them right back to where they came from. But our Prime Minister is not willing to do that. He's not willing to do that. You know, they will talk about it in Parliament and stuff, but that's not good anymore. We can't have them keep talking. We want action now. We want them out of our country and we want them gone. That's what we want, right? But they don't care what we want. It's not important what we want, you know? Because they're selling our country down the river where they, you know, they're just selling us off, you know, as if our country does not matter. They're just selling us away. That's what they're doing. They're selling us off down the river. And they really couldn't care about the people, how they feel and everything else. You know, that's what I'm really angry about. I really am. But anyway, that's all I really have to say on my channel today. Leave me a comment and tell me how you feel. Bye-bye.